Consulting Engineers of Ontario presents the 2020 Ontario Consulting Engineering Awards. Ontario is a vast and varied land. Our consulting engineers are among the best in the world. Tonight, we celebrate the most impressive efforts put forth by our member firms in 2019. And here to open the awards ceremony is our awards ambassador, Kevin Frankish.
Kevin? Oh, where is he? Kevin, we gotta go. The award show.
I thought I could get some housework done, seeing as I didn't have to go all the way to the banquet hall this year. All right, I'm coming. Just a second. All right. All right, tell me when we're on.
You're already on.
Oh. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2020 Ontario Consulting Engineers Awards. Are they clapping? I can't tell. Okay, well, on with the show. What do you think of the set? Huh? We have spared no expense this year whatsoever. This award show is different because, well, as you've noticed, you're not here in person, I'm not here in person. We're coming to you live streaming because of what's going on, of course, with COVID isolation. We want to thank all of our members this year. You make our association proud, and the projects that are nominated this year is very much proof of that. So I hope you enjoy the show. I'm going to turn things over now to the voice of God. Krista?
I'm here, Kevin.
Where is she?
And thanks for that sparkling intro. Now, before we start the awards portion of our show, Bruce Matthews, Chief Executive Officer at Consulting Engineers of Ontario, would like to share a few thoughts with everyone.
Hello, everyone. I'm Bruce Matthews, Chief Executive Officer of Consulting Engineers of Ontario, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to the 18th Ontario Consulting Engineers Awards Gala, as modified by the Corona-19 virus. We may not be able to gather in person, but through this video we will celebrate excellence in the performance of engineering services as we have always done at this time of year. These are very exciting times at CEO. In addition to our ongoing efforts related to government and stakeholder relations, plus our regular business practice and member engagement activities, the CEO Board of Directors has recently approved a new strategic plan that represents the biggest shift in CEO strategic direction in over a decade. Guided by updated mission and vision statements, we are enhancing our advocacy effort to better reflect the interests of our member firms and to raise the profile of the engineering sector. We want to create an actively engaged community of volunteers that creates value for membership. And lastly, we will be developing a refreshed and modern branding for the association that will point to the future. As such, this may be one of the last times I address you as CEO at CEO. Stay tuned on that. But this video presentation is about recognizing the impact consulting engineering has on society and celebrating the outstanding achievements your efforts have brought to your projects and your clients. So many great projects were nominated, all of which are a testament to our profession and our industry and to the irreplaceable value of consulting engineering. On behalf of the Board of Directors, of CEO, and our staff, I would like to extend congratulations to the finalists and to the award recipients. Thank you to our sponsors, and I'd also like to thank CEO staff and volunteers for pulling this video together in relatively short order. Tremendous job. Thank you all and enjoy the show.
Thanks, Bruce. And with that, let's get right to the show. The first set of awards tonight are the Awards of Excellence, which focuses on firms of a specific size and how one project of theirs, in particular, has had a significant impact on our industry. The Award of Excellence categories are as follows: firms with 1 to 50 employees, firms with 51 to 100 employees, firms with 101 to 350 employees, and firms with 351 plus employees. Please enjoy the presentation. 1 to 50 employees. Finalist, John G. Cook and Associates Limited. Canada's Four Corners Envelope Conservation. The Canada's Four Corners building, a recognized federal heritage building, was in need of revitalization after years of previous interventions and neglect. The building was built between 1870 and 1871 in the Second Empire style and is located across from Parliament Hill. Public Services and Procurement Canada entrusted John G. Cook and Associates to undertake this innovative venture. The project included stabilizing and conserving the load-bearing masonry exterior walls and restoring the architectural expression of the sloped mansard roof. The building has been upgraded as a result of PSPC's commitment to restore and modernize the historical buildings on the north side of Sparks Street. 1 to 50 employees. Finalist, Integral Group. Toronto and Region Conservation Authority's new administrative office building. Integral Group worked with the Toronto and Region Conservation Authority to provide mechanical consulting engineering services in order to build a new head office in Toronto. The building will cover 90,276 square feet and be occupied by 404 staff. The 6-story mass timber structure building will strive for zero carbon status. Some of the key features of the building will include flexible and adaptable spaces, including movable partition walls, passive house principles, and solar optimization for daylight. One of the major innovative features of the building is the water wall and its integration into the ventilation system and the solar thermal panels that were used to recharge the ground and balance the geothermal field. This project showcases the important role that the engineering community and the built environment has to play in mitigating climate change and providing a more sustainable future for humanity. And the winner for the Award of Excellence, 1 to 50 employees. John G. Cook and Associates Limited, Canada's Four Corners Envelope Conservation.
Hello, I'm Chris Bopping, the structural engineer on this project. And on behalf of John Cook and Associates, we'd like to thank the CEO for this recognition. We'd like to thank Emily and Radomir and the team at Public Service and Procurement Canada, who recognize the importance of saving this building. And to Christina and Robinson Martin Architects, who we've teamed up with many times in the past on great projects such as this one. And thanks to Ellis Dunn and Apple Moray, who allowed us to pull off such an incredible design and concept. Thanks again, and we hope everyone keeps well.
51 to 100 employees. Finalist, KGS Group, Peter Sutherland Senior Generating Station. The Peter Sutherland Senior Generating Station was a culmination of a long and challenging development process for the two owners, Ontario Power Generation and Coral Rapids Power, which is wholly owned by the Tequah-Tagamu Nation. The new $300 million facility has a capacity of 28 megawatts and is located just upstream of the confluence of the Abitibi River and New Post Creek. A new 7-kilometer-long, 115-kilovolt transmission line with a switch yard and substation connect the new plant to the Hydro One grid. KGS completed the project objectives by constructing a financially viable and environmentally sustainable hydroelectric generating station that produces clean renewable power and built an economic foundation for the remote and pristine part of Northern Ontario. 51 to 100 employees. Finalist, HDR, Lakeshore Connecting Communities. Mississauga's Lakeshore Road Corridor is a vital transportation route for the tens of thousands of people who depend on it for their daily commute and is expected to grow by 56,000 people and 16,500 jobs by 2041. To prepare for this rapid growth, the City of Mississauga selected HDR to develop the Lakeshore Connecting Communities Transportation Plan. The HDR team applied a complete streets approach to create a pedestrian-friendly environment for walking and improve pedestrian connection and priority, and develop some form of higher-order rapid transit along Lakeshore Road Corridor, improve bike lanes and intersection configurations, and create vibrant public spaces that promote prosperity for local businesses. This project is a great example of how engineers are proactively coordinating the multidisciplinary needs within a municipality to provide transportation solutions that work for all people and modes. And the winner for the Award of Excellence, 51 to 100 employees, HDR Corporation, Lakeshore Connecting Communities.
Hi everyone, my name is Tara Irwin from HDR, and this is my first time ever accepting a virtual award. Very cool of CEO and the committee to have created a virtual gala during these unprecedented times. I'm honored to accept this award on behalf of the Lakeshore Connecting Communities team. The team dynamic was second to none on this project, and the HDR team worked very collaboratively with our partners and with the City of Mississauga. And this award is the cherry on top. Thank you.
101 to 350 employees. Finalist, RV Anderson Associates Limited. Nickel Lift Station Upgrades. The City of Greater Sudbury retained RV Anderson Associates Limited to develop a community-focused upgrade to the Nickel Lift Wastewater Treatment Station. This project involves major upgrades to the 100-year-old station to redirect the wastewater flow away from a privately run wastewater treatment plant to the city's main treatment plant. Upgrades included retrofitting existing dry well and control building, installing 2 140 horsepower submersible solids handling pumps, adding a new flow meter chamber, decommissioning the existing force main, and the upsizing of 260 meters of sanitary sewers. The project benefited the community in many ways, resulting in reduced costs, improved effluent quality, an upgraded arterial roadway, and lower risk of basement flooding. The increased reliability and capacity is important as it will help reduce the potential for sewer backups within the collector system. 101 to 350 employees. Finalist, J.L. Richards and Associates Limited. Dines Road and Prince of Wales Drive Reconstruction Project. The City of Ottawa initiated a $13.4 million road renewal project for Dines Road and Prince of Wales Drive to upgrade the roadway, sewer, and water main infrastructure, providing the opportunity to redesign the road surface to include one of the first protected intersections in Canada. J.L. Richards incorporated many design elements to improve road safety, including new transit stops, cycle tracks, bicycle signals, speed tables, raised crosswalks, sidewalks, enhanced pavement markings, and signage. The Complete Streets approach recognizes that traditional transportation engineering and planning practices place a strong emphasis on providing road capacity, often at the expense of pedestrian, cycling, and public transit facilities. This new approach offers better balance for multiple road users of varying ages and abilities through practical, measured, and transferable methods. And the winner for the Award of Excellence, 101 to 350 employees, RV Anderson Associates Limited, Nickel Lift Station Upgrades.
This project involved a major upgrade of the Nickel Lift Station, the oldest station in the city of Greater Sudbury. The project resulted in a more reliable wastewater system, both for the city and the environment. RV Anderson Associates Limited is extremely proud to receive this award. On behalf of our President, Sean Scott, all RVA staff involved with the project, especially our project manager, Chris George, we extend our appreciation to the Consulting Engineers of Ontario for this recognition. We would also like to thank our client, the City of Greater Sudbury, and in particular, Mr. Akli Benanto.
351 plus employees. Finalist, Jacobs, Duffin Creek WPCP's Phosphorus Reduction Action Plan Study. Phosphorus loads to the Great Lakes contribute to toxic and nuisance algal growth and have been the primary focus of many nutrient management efforts under the Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement. The municipalities of York Region and Durham enlisted Jacobs to conduct the Duffin Creek Water Pollution Control Plant's Phosphorus Reduction Action Plan Study. Novel process modeling using the Monte Carlo method evaluated the potential reduction in effluent phosphorus achievable by optimizing plant operations, which was subsequently validated during an 18-month field study. The outcome was a marked improvement in effluent quality using existing infrastructure with minimal costs. The plant now achieves effluent phosphorus concentrations below the Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement guideline of 0.5 milligrams per liter. 351 plus employees. Finalist, Hatch, Millbrook Dam Rehabilitation, technical innovation to solve a social problem. The Otonabee Region Conservation Authority commenced the environmental assessment process to determine the fate of the 200-year-old Millbrook Dam. This meant rehabilitation and upgrades to the dam had to meet safety guidelines while maintaining the social significance of the area. The project involved engineering innovations to resolve foundation material challenges, seepage problems, and provide an optimized design for spill capacity to meet provincial LRIA requirements. Technical innovations used to remedy the situation include a spillway hydraulic capacity solution of concrete spillway and emergency embankment overflow to maximize the flow at a reservoir water level of 216.5 meters. The reconstruction of the dam provides security and safety to the residents in the village of Millbrook. And the winner for the Award of Excellence, 351 plus employees, Jacobs, Duffin Creek WPCP's Phosphorus Reduction Action Plan Study.
Hello everyone, my name is Adrienne Willoughby. I'm a wastewater engineer at Jacobs. I'm thrilled to accept this award on behalf of the project team. Phosphorus Reduction Action Plan Study was a huge undertaking at the Duffin Creek plant, and the successful outcome was a result of the team effort by Jacobs, York Region, and Durham Region. So thank you Consulting Engineers Ontario for this honor, and take care.
Congratulations to all the finalists for the Awards of Excellence. Now, let's check back in with Kevin and see how he's enjoying the show.
Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying this isolation version of the Ontario Consulting Engineers Awards 2020. We had this incredible dinner planned. Honestly, I wish you could have tasted it. It was prime rib and there was baked potato and this really nice relish. But hey, head office sent me over a Nature Valley bar and some beef jerky, and that's good too. I hope you're commenting about the video. This is going to be released for public consumption tomorrow. Now, more awards.
Welcome back. And now it's time to present the Awards of Merit. These awards are given to firms that have demonstrated outstanding research and design intelligence on their nominated project. Please enjoy the presentation. Building Engineering and Science. Finalist: John G. Cook and Associates Limited. Canada's Four Corners Envelope Conservation. The Canada's Four Corners building, a recognized federal heritage building, was in need of revitalization after years of previous interventions and neglect. The building was built between 1870 and 1871 in the Second Empire style and is located across from Parliament Hill. Public Services and Procurement Canada entrusted John G. Cook and Associates to undertake this innovative venture. The project included stabilizing and conserving the load-bearing masonry exterior walls and restoring the architectural expression of the sloped mansard roof. The building has been upgraded as a result of PSPC's commitment to restore and modernize the historical buildings on the north side of Sparks Street. Building Engineering and Science. Finalist: Morrison Hirschfield. Building NX, Humber College. The 5-story Humber College Building NX was originally built in 1989 and suffered from water penetration and condensation and was notorious for being cold in the winter and hot in the summer. Morrison Hirschfield was the consulting engineer for this project, providing structural, mechanical, electrical, building envelope, code, and passive house consulting services. The Building NX retrofit involved replacing the existing building envelope with a new highly insulated and airtight envelope, significant improvements to the HVAC systems, including water-cooled VRF systems and dedicated outdoor air systems with heat recovery ventilators, replacing existing lighting and lighting controls, and adding new solar photovoltaic systems. As a result, Building NX is the first existing building retrofit to achieve the Canada Green Building Zero Carbon Building Design certification. And the winner for the Award of Merit, Building, Engineering and Science. Morrison Hirschfield, Building NX, Humber College.
Morrison Hirschfield is honored to accept this Award of Excellence for Building NX on behalf of our entire team, Humber College, B+H Architects, RDH, and Burke Construction. It has been a privilege to work with such a progressive owner as Humber College and an outstanding team on this industry-leading deep energy retrofit. Thank you to the consulting engineers of Ontario for recognizing Building NX, the most sustainable project Morrison Hirschfield has worked on to date. We hope that you and your families remain safe and healthy as the pandemic continues to impact our industry and communities. Thank you.
Environment. Finalist: Jacobs. Duffin Creek WPCP's Phosphorus Reduction Action Plan Study. Phosphorus loads to the Great Lakes contribute to toxic and nuisance algal growth and have been the primary focus of many nutrient management efforts under the Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement. The municipalities of York Region and Durham enlisted Jacobs to conduct the Duffin Creek Water Pollution Control Plant's Phosphorus Reduction Action Plan study. Novel process modeling using the Monte Carlo method evaluated the potential reduction in effluent phosphorus achievable by optimizing plant operations, which was subsequently validated during an 18-month field study. The outcome was a marked improvement in effluent quality using existing infrastructure with minimal costs. The plant now achieves effluent phosphorus concentrations below the Great Lakes Water Quality Agreement guideline of 0.5 milligrams per liter. Environment. Finalist: DST Consulting Engineers Incorporated, a division of OnGlobe. Specialized Blast Engineering, the Nanticoke Powerhouse Demolition. DST completed the blast engineering for the controlled implosion of the Ontario Power Generation Nanticoke Powerhouse. The over half a kilometer long footprint consisted of 4 two-boiler building structures and 2 steel reinforced concrete structures. To execute the project successfully, DST's team developed an innovative, precise scientific approach including complex sequencing and detonation systems, custom environmental protections, a team of Canadian bomb SWAT personnel, specialized safety, fly debris and dust control plans, custom fail-safes for each column and explosive charge, and a highly technical blast design to configure the direction of collapse to limit impact to surrounding receptors. This was the largest and most complex explosive topping project ever to be handled by a Canadian team and the largest steel building to be demolished using explosives in Canada. And once the detonation button was pressed, it was all over in 27 seconds. And the winner for the Award of Merit, Environment. DST Consulting Engineers, Specialized Blast Engineering, the Nanticoke Powerhouse Demolition.
Thank you. My name is Ray Jambach. I'm an explosive specialist in blasting engineers with DST Consulting Engineers, a division of Anglo. I'm extremely honored to accept this award on behalf of DST and the entire project team that worked together through each stage to make it a success. This demolition was the largest and the most technically complex explosive toppling project ever to be handled by an entirely Canadian team. And it was also the largest steel building to be demolished using explosives in Canada. Congratulations to the entire team, and thank you to Consulting Engineers of Ontario for recognizing our hard work with this great honor.
Industry, Energy and Resources, finalist, KGS Group, Peter Sutherland Senior Generating Station. The Peter Sutherland Senior Generating Station was a culmination of a long and challenging development process for the two owners, Ontario Power Generation and Coral Rapids Power, which is wholly owned by the Tequah-Tagamu Nation. The new $300 million facility has a capacity of 28 megawatts and is located just upstream of the confluence of the Abitibi River and New Post Creek. A new 7-kilometer-long, 115-kilovolt transmission line with a switch yard and substation connect the new plant to the Hydro One grid. KGS completed the project objectives by constructing a financially viable and environmentally sustainable hydroelectric generating station that produces clean renewable power and built an economic foundation for the remote and pristine part of Northern Ontario. Industry, Energy and Resources, finalist, WSP Canada Incorporated. Ontario Power Generation, Ranny Falls G3 Expansion Project. Ontario Power Generation retained WSP to design and oversee the construction of the G3 Expansion Project, a 10-megawatt powerhouse addition adjacent to the existing Ranny Falls facilities. The two main challenges were the creation of an expanded 4-bay able to create enough flow to generate 10 megawatts in a very short approach and the integration of a completely new powerhouse into the adjacent 100-year-old operating structure. The main objective was to maximize the energy yield for the expansion project and bypass up to 172 cubic meters per second from the local section of the Trent Canal back into the Trent River within very short time frames. WSP successfully completed their goal, resulting in the benefit of an increase of renewable energy in Ontario for many years to come. And the winner for the Award of Merit, Industry, Energy and Resources. KGS Group, Peter Sutherland Senior Generating Station.
KGS Group would like to thank the members of the OCEA Judging Committee for recognizing the Peter Sutherland Senior Generating Station project for this year's awards. Ontario Power Generation and Coral Rapids Power put together a strong team of community elders, engineers, scientists, and constructors that valued commitment and trust. KGS Group is proud to have been part of this team and contributing to the economic development of this First Nation community and the province of Ontario. Thank you.
Project Management, finalist. Simutech Group, Windsor Essex Economic Development Corporation VR CAVE. The Autonomous Vehicle Innovation Network builds upon Ontario's position as a world-leading automotive manufacturing and supply jurisdiction, enhancing information and technology companies in the province. Windsor Essex Economic Development Corporation, which supports their development, retained Simutech to install a virtual reality cave, an immersive and active environment integrated with a state-of-the-art high-definition projection system and engineering software. The facility serves as a teaching, training, and research platform for the Windsor-Essex region and beyond. It's designed as a platform to support product development, particularly connected and autonomous vehicles. The installation is the largest Canadian cave facility open to public use, enabling a collaborative product development and verification and validation platform not previously available to industry. Project Management, finalist. WSP Canada Incorporated, Salt Cay Airside Improvements. The Salt Cay Airport Airside Improvements project was initiated by the Turks and Caicos Islands Airport Authority. The primary object of this assignment was to work closely with the client as a multidisciplinary team to assess and evaluate the existing airside infrastructure and propose, design, and manage a cost-effective rehabilitation of the facility. Time was of the essence as the airport was operating under temporary permission and involved the complexities of gathering and transporting materials and supplies to the island from the continental USA. The result of this undertaking was rehabilitation of the main runway, a taxiway, and the main aprons, drainage improvements, replacement of airfield electrical systems, construction of a new field electrical center, installations of new lighting, new airport fencing, and full runway safety areas. And the winner for the Award of Merit, Project Management, WSP Canada Incorporated, Salt Cay Airside Improvements.
First, I'd like to thank OCE for organizing this award. I would also like to thank WSP Aviation Team for all their hard work. And it is with a great honor that I accept this award for the Salt Cay Airport Rehabilitation Project in Turks and Caicos, which addresses the unique construction challenges in a small tourist island and shows the social and economic benefits of infrastructure investment in their communities.
Studies and Research, finalist. ARUP Canada Incorporated, Development of a Mobility Wellness Index for Smart South Island, BC. As part of South Island Prosperity's entry to the Canadian Smart Cities Challenge, ARUP helped develop a Mobility Wellness Index, expected to be used by planners, decision makers, and the public to monitor various mobility factors affecting the emotional, physical, and mental well-being of the population of Greater Victoria. The index supports 4 outcomes: convenience, affordability, well-being, and being greener. In development, ARUP used deep client team engagement processes, leveraged their global knowledge locally, and partnered across cities to deliver the best outcome towards holistic wellness. The index includes a variety of wellness objectives, supported by experience and innovation, and puts the smart decision-making process in the right hands. Studies and research. Finalist. Wood, Riverside Dam Class Environmental Assessment. The Riverside Dam was originally constructed across the Speed River in Cambridge, Ontario in the mid-1800s to provide power for a local mill operation, which has since fallen into disrepair. Wood was retained by the City of Cambridge to conduct a municipal class environmental assessment to determine the preferred solution for the dam and the local environs. Through extensive stakeholder consultation and Indigenous community engagement, Wood developed a preferred solution involving the reconstruction of the dam. This approach allowed for the preservation of the area's history while incorporating key technical elements into the rebuilt dam, addressing sediment and flood operational management, as well as public safety and fish passage. And the winner for the Award of Merit, Studies and Research. Wood, Riverside Dam, Class Environmental Assessment.
My name is Ron Scheckenberger, and I'm a principal with Wood Canada. On behalf of the City of Cambridge and Wood Canada, we'd like to thank CEO for selecting the Riverside Dam Environmental Assessment as a Project of the Year. This project, one of the most complex and controversial in the city's history, often pitted two parts of the community against each other. Those that wanted to rebuild the dam as a tribute to the community's history, and those that wanted to remove the dam and return the river to a natural state. Once again, we thank the CEO and look forward to future events. Thank you.
Transit. Finalist. J.L. Richards and Associates Limited. Dines Road and Prince of Wales Drive Reconstruction Project. The City of Ottawa initiated a $13.4 million road renewal project for Dines Road and Prince of Wales Drive to upgrade the roadway, sewer, and water main infrastructure, providing the opportunity to redesign the road surface to include one of the first protected intersections in Canada. J.L. Richards incorporated many design elements to improve road safety, including new transit stops, cycle tracks, bicycle signals, speed tables, raised crosswalks, sidewalks, enhanced pavement markings, and signage. The Complete Streets approach recognizes that traditional transportation engineering and planning practices place a strong emphasis on providing road capacity, often at the expense of pedestrian, cycling, and public transit facilities. This new approach offers better balance for multiple road users of varying ages and abilities through practical, measured, and transferable methods. Transit. Finalist. ACEC, Waterloo Stage 1 Light Rail Transit. The Waterloo LRT encompassed the design of 19 kilometers of LRT track and is a mix of on-street and off-street components on a segregated right-of-way servicing expected daily ridership of 25,000 commuters. ACEC was the lead designer and engineer of record, responsible for a design that supports the project's capital, operating, maintenance, and life cycle costs. ACEC worked with contractors, stakeholders, and other project team members to provide solutions to project complexities and challenges, including integration and management of existing infrastructure, working within an active freight rail corridor, traction power and stray current, freight and commuter shared railway corridor. The project aims to increase overall transit ridership and reduce traffic congestion to meet the long-term infrastructure and service needs within the region. And the winner for the Award of Merit, Transit, ACEC, Waterloo Stage 1 Light Rail Transit.
ACEC is grateful to have been honored with this award from the Consulting Engineers of Ontario. We are fortunate to have been selected for this Region of Waterloo project. AECOM is thankful that all the hard work put in by our team members, including our sub-consultants, STV, T2 Utility Engineers, and Englobe, has resulted in this award-winning design. More than anything, we'd like to thank Grand Link Contractors, with whom we worked, fought, and ultimately delivered this 19-kilometer-long LRT project in Kitchener-Waterloo.
Transportation Structural Finalist. Macintosh Perry, Reed Narrows Bridge Microbial-Induced Corrosion. The Ontario Ministry of Transportation had 4 main objectives when they engaged Macintosh Perry to rehabilitate the Reed's Narrow Bridge, to utilize innovative technologies, minimize impact to the aquatic habitat, maintain traffic during construction, and achieve life cycle cost benefits for the bridge. A replacement bridge was not an option due to cost and dewatering difficulties. The rehabilitation and strengthening scheme developed for the steel piles consisted of polymer pile encapsulation involving the removal of organic scale, installing underwater power actuated shear studs, installing a reinforcing cage around the pile, installing a fiber reinforced polymer jacket, and injecting the void between the steel pile and FRP jacket with epoxy grout. This $6 million project, completed in a remote area in Northern Ontario, demonstrates a conventional bridge requiring unconventional engineering. Transportation Structural Finalist. Wood. Humber River Bridge Span Replacement. Humber Bridge was erected in 1911 in the Lakeshore West Rail Corridor over the Humber River in the jurisdiction of the Toronto Regional Conservation Authority. The bridge is 200 feet long and carries 4 railroad tracks over 8 ballast deck plate girder spans over the Humber River. Metrolinx retained Wood to design the superstructure replacement and provide contract administration services. A gantry system was used as opposed to a conventional crane for removal and installation of bridge spans due to the significant time savings involved in a fixed lifting apparatus. This allowed for the full removal and replacement of track bed, deck, girders, and bearings for 2 bridge spans per 58-hour closure. The bridge has now been replaced by a new structure with a design life of 100 years to accommodate increasing public transit. And the winner for the Award of Merit Transportation Structural, Macintosh Perry, Reed Narrows Bridge Microbial-Induced Corrosion.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, I'm honored and humbled to be accepting the OCEA Award of Excellence on behalf of Macintosh Perry for the Reed Narrows Bridge Microbial-Induced Corrosion project. I want to thank all who worked with Macintosh Perry in making this award happen. Thank you to the Ontario Ministry of Transportation for the opportunity to work on this project. And a big thank you to my team, Matt Koprash and Alex Stewart, for going above and beyond, or as we like to say, for demonstrating the core value of becoming excellent together. Thank you.
That concludes the Awards of Merit presentations. And before we move on to the prestigious Willis Chipman Award, we would like to introduce our judges panel for 2020. Our returning judges: Ken Brown. Recently retired from Public Works for the City of Brampton, Ken also served for 12 years as the Public Affairs and Services Counselor at the Ontario Association of Certified Engineering Technicians and Technologists. Tibor Turi. Dr. Tibor Turi is the President and Chair of the Board of Directors of the Ontario Society of Professional Engineers and the Executive Director at the SOCIP Consortium. John Thompson, Past President, Municipal Engineers Association. John is the retired Director of Environmental Services for the City of Barrie. John Dawson, President and Founder for GenPro. serves on the Executive Board of Directors for the Ontario General Contractors Association and is the immediate past chair. Alexander Sandy Brown. Sandy has been a consultant for over 40 years in geotechnical and materials engineering. Currently, he's a private consultant working for the Canadian Council of Independent Laboratories and is an assistant program director for CCIL's aggregate program across Canada. And new to the panel this year, Calvin Brooke, Principal, Brooke McElroy Incorporated. Calvin is director of the Ontario Professional Planning Institute's Council and served as a member of OPPI's Indigenous Planning Perspectives Task Force. He is a past member of the City of Toronto's Design Review Panel and a senior fellow of the University of Toronto's Global Cities Institute. Thank you all for dedicating your personal time, efforts, and expertise to help make this program possible. Now, back to the awards. At this point, we are both pleased and proud to announce the winning firm and project of our distinguished Willis Chipman Award. Willis Chipman winner. Dillon, rehabilitation of the historic Blackfriars Bridge. Constructed in 1875, Blackfriars Bridge is one of the oldest surviving wrought iron bowstring arch truss bridges in North America. The City of London retained Dillon to help address the challenge of rehabilitating this heritage bridge to give added strength while preserving aesthetic character. Classic hot riveting methods were combined with modern technologies. Roadway engineering, landscape architecture, park enhancements, and climate change challenges were addressed across the environmental assessment, detailed design, and construction phases. Dillon initiated a risk assessment study of the bridge and its role in the transportation network. The next phase of the project involved completion of a detailed arm's-length inspection of the bridge. As a result, Dillon designed repairs for immediate implementation. The bridge has not only met the future needs of the city, it has become an integral part of the community identity, a gateway to its past, and a part of the shared heritage of all Ontarians.
Hi, I'm Chris Haynes of Dillon Consulting. I was Dillon's project manager for the historic rehabilitation of Blackfriars Bridge. I'd like to thank the Consulting Engineers of Ontario for bestowing this prestigious award on Dillon and acknowledge all of our peers in the category and their impressive accomplishments. Rehabilitating a bridge like this really requires a combination of modern techniques and old school methods, such as hot riveting that we applied at Blackfriars, among other things. This project represents a decade's worth of effort of almost 100 of Dillon's engineers, scientists, and planners, drawing from our complement of over 900 people. It involved 8 of our 21 offices and spanned 4 time zones. And that's not to mention the contractors and sub-consultants' involvement, and especially the strong support and commitment by the City of London that helped make this project a reality. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to everyone at Dillon for their incredible work on the Blackfriars Bridge project. That wraps up our presentation of this year's awards, but before we sign off, let's check back in with Kevin.
What a great show. What deserving award recipients as well. I am really sorry that we could not be together this year. I really enjoyed the past years hosting the gala for the consulting engineers. Heck, it was so nice to learn last year that engineers don't drive trains. Who knew? Seriously, we are at a time of incredible upset. We are in a time of incredible change and fear. But you know, and I know, that the solutions to this will come from engineers. So thank you for doing what you do. And we will see you next year, hopefully in person.
We would like to thank our sponsors for their valuable assistance in making this program a reality. So from all of us here at Consulting Engineers of Ontario, stay safe, practice social distancing, and we'll see you again in 2021.